Doge is bleeding right now, and that's something we need to talk about as we take a look at the daily price, the daily chart in Doge. And first of all, I want to talk about this. Well, here, let me set the stage. Here is the daily chart. Let's look at this channel here. We've got several lines here on Doge, so I need to explain this. Look at this downward trend we're seeing. I'm going to move this again because it's running right through my price. I'll end up moving that back in a second. The downward trend we've been experiencing since December 10th, a high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, so forth. That is the classic definition of a downtrend. Minus this upward blip that we had out of the downtrend up to almost 0.10 that was caused by over positive assumptions based on X platform getting further down the road with their X payments and people connecting that to Elon, who loves Dogecoin, and assuming or at least hoping that X would eventually take Doge as payments across their board or across their platform. All that was supposition. I don't even think it was rumor. I think it was just people talking on Twitter, and it made the price do this. So let's ignore this, because really, I think we're minus that, we're back down to where Doge would have been without that blip, and that is back into this downward trend, just like other coins are in downward trends. Many altcoins, look at Avalanche. DOT is struggling as well. Deep downtrends. VET, deep downtrends. Solana, deep downtrends, right? So we're just seeing that across crypto, and it's because Bitcoin. I mean, it's just because Bitcoin. Bitcoin is below 40,000 for the first time since the beginning of December. I've expected it to tag 40,000 for the last week or two, and it has. And I just wanted to see how the market was going to react. Right now, we're still under 40,000. We have gotten a little bounce today. That's really meaningless in the grand scheme of Bitcoin. We may pop back out above 40,000 and do some bouncing around, but the fact remains we have made a lower low in this price structure since our high of 49,000, and that is dragging everything down, including Doge. So Doge has re-entered this downward trend, and it is starting to press against this level of support, this 0.075. It hasn't hit it there yet, but it's coming close. And that is the next support level you're going to have to watch. Let me go back and see if I can zoom out and put that line back. That line here was also a downtrend, okay? And it's a longer term downtrend that Doge is in and has been in since November of 2022, where we're making a high, a low, lower highs, lower lows, etc. And it's this downtrend right here. Now, we did pop out of that with this crypto almost straight up run from October to December. So it was nice to see that. But we have also re-entered this downward trend with Doge. And you can see the weekly chart. It's a little messy. It's got kind of a sloppy chart. It's not sloppy. It's just got a lot of points on it. But you can see this is the week. A big drop this week from 0.0855 down here. And that was cleaning up from this wick that happened over the weekend. So what is the short-term / medium-term goals or prognostication for Doge? Well, the fact of the matter is all of crypto is experiencing downward pressure. Downward pressure obviously pushes price down. Will we hit this? Probably. What's at risk now is getting below that level into this level, 0.065 to 0.075 roughly. If Bitcoin bounces around, okay, and does this bounce and a dance and kind of ranges in here, Doge might not enter that level. Okay, it might not. It might also bounce around and dance. If Bitcoin hits 34 and enters this range of 34 to 38, Doge is going to probably enter this range of 0.065 to 0.75. And that's not unreasonable. Look, even here, 0.078, that's not a fall at all. That's just one bad day from entering that range right there. So it's certainly not inconceivable that we might pop down there over the next few days or weeks. What has to happen now for Dogecoin to turn around? Well, we spent about 6 weeks making this downward price action structure, lower lows and lower highs, as I've already mentioned. It's going to take time to break that and to start creating upward price action like we saw here. A low, a high, a lower low, higher, or excuse me, a low, a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, so forth and so on. That's positive bullish price action. Now we're experiencing the negative, and it's going to take some time to start building the positive again. To do that, we've got to start making higher highs and higher lows. That's not going to come. We stand no chance of doing that until we break out of this downtrend first. And we also have to break out of this downtrend. Okay, so we'll break above that downtrend. So if we zoom out, for Doge to continue higher, it's going to have to break this downtrend. That's the big thing. This breaking out of this trend stops the bleeding, but it doesn't necessarily mean prices are moving up. This downtrend is where we got to get above. That's longer term. Wherever that line is where we've got to land above and start closing over it. Until we do that, Doge, like other coins right now, is going to experience more downward pressure, which could result in lower lows, just depending on what Bitcoin does. And we're seeing that, like I said, all across the board. Pretty much every altcoin I'm covering in these videos has these downtrends that we're all seeing. So be careful with Doge out there. It, like other coins, can experience these lower lows, and I've given you a key to watch. We got to break this trend and this trend. Until we do that, and that would put us at this point about somewhere around 0.08 and 6. And so until we get around 0.086 and above this line, we don't stand. I mean, Doge, there's just no positive price action until we get above that. And be careful of something like this. I warned everybody when I saw that on the video. I did a video a few hours after this, and I was saying, that's fantastic. I'm glad it happened, but be careful, because if we wick back down, it really becomes meaningless, and we wicked back down within 24 hours. So you gotta watch these wicks. You don't need just a wick. You need constructive, consistent closing above these levels to build these positive structures up. And that just takes time. So until we see that, Doge is in a experiencing downward pressure, and we'll have to see and watch the levels as it churns. All right, that's my update on Doge. Stay with me. I'll keep you updated. I get a video out almost every day for Doge, if not every other day, definitely. So stay tuned. Y'all take care.